What did you say?
You about the love life.
I didn't think too much. I didn't think anybody really cared about my love life until I made it known that I have a love life, and it's like this big deal.
I'm pretty sure you broke so many hearts. Your first post, you probably heard pop, 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 and you were like, what the fuck is that?
Oh my God.
Time doesn't exist, there's more to what we see. Let's sit down, talk about it, let's just call it P.O.T, P.O.T, yeah. Let's call it P.O.T, P.O.T, yeah. Let's call it P.O.T. Yo, 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 what's up, P.O.T heads? Come on, y'all. You already know. I got... Who do I have in the house, y'all? Come on. I got the champ right here. One of the best fighters in Chicago.
Thank you.
Marisol, thank you for coming once again. How you been?
I'm good. I think.
Could you push this towards you? Yeah.
Like this?
Yeah.
Okay.
There you go. Hey.
Okay. I'm not used to these. Yeah, I'm good. I think since I was last year, I think I've had like another bare knuckle fight. I had a boxing fight. I have 2 fights coming up. So
I seen that. I think you've had 3 fights because when you were here, you were about to fight. So.
Oh yeah.
So you fought that one.
The bare knuckle.
And then the bare knuckle, and then the boxing. I think it was.
Did I have 2 bare knuckle fights?
I don't know. Actually. I'm starting to think now. I'm starting to doubt myself.
I don't know.
Either way.
It's been
like I still see
active.
you've been just working. Like that's how long do you give yourself in between like fights and stuff?
I used to give myself like 3-4 months, and then it became 5-6, and then it became a year, and then now I think it's just been back to back to back.
Yeah. Sorry. Okay. Yeah, because I seen that you've been putting in work. Like I think you're gonna do slap now, or
no, I've been trying to actually. Like that's one thing that I feel like I want to do, but it's one of those where you just get the call. It's not one of those like
okay.
Yeah, it's not like MMA where you're like, hey, I want to fight, so you get a fight. It's just like whenever they want you, they'll call you, and you just do your thing. But they like the shows. They like the like the wrestlers and the scene, and I'm just not that. I go in, I fight, I get out.
Right. You like, no, I'm here for business, and that's it.
Yeah. I think that was my issue. I think me and Fabella did really good, but it just wasn't a highlight thing. I did call out Mikey, and she's all for it. So we'll see what happens. I mean.
Yeah, and which fights do you have coming up?
I have. It's a secret.
Ooh.
But it's not a secret.
Oh.
It's not a secret, but it's a secret. Some people know, some people don't know. I am coming back to MMA for my next one. Yeah, it's been 3 years.
Oh, y'all heard it here.
Yeah.
Whoa. Well, the same weight class?
25. So, yeah, I've been doing 30, 35, mostly because two of those were my fault. Mm-hmm. No, one of them were my fault. My last bare knuckle fight, the one in Hammond, was supposed to be at 25. But it was my first time coming down from 25. And I had to gain weight to 160 for that Sturgis, my debut for bare knuckle, since it was at 45.
Yeah.
And I thought I timed everything well. And I thought that I had it. But I had started a new job at Lake County, and it totally threw everything off. And then it was like the last 5 pounds was really
rough.
hard. So they were able to bump it up to 130, 135. So, yeah. And this last boxing fight was at 35. And now finally, I think we're at a good point where I can start dropping a 25, 20, and then possibly 15 later. We'll see.
How tall was that lady that you fought?
Oh, man. So
how is she 135?
I don't know. So we were supposed to. So they told me that, man, listen. they were so good to me, but like also, if I can say what I felt set up, Like, I felt set up. I didn't know she was an Olympic trialist.
Oh, shit.
That was my first boxing fight ever. Like, I did TCL, but TCL is a different breed of boxing. It's just one round, you're in and you're out, and it's like there's nothing. It's just in and out. But yeah, for this one, it was my first real boxing fight, and I think anybody that has started with MMA or any other combat sport and then decided to do boxing, you're
It's
like,
a whole different world,
Yeah.
right? Because
yeah.
the timing is different.
Mhm.
A boxer's timing is different. That's why a boxer can't go into MMA at all.
Yeah.
They don't have no chance.
Yeah, it is. I have a new found respect for boxing. Not that I didn't respect them before. I did, like, I knew it was a very dangerous sport and I knew all of the things, but as a fighter that you've been fighting for so long, you're like, oh, it's just a boxing fight. Like, I've done bare knuckle. This is gonna be somewhat similar, just,
Right.
easier, but not easier. No. I like
It's a lot of technique to it, right? Like,
yeah.
well, not to say that bare knuckle doesn't have technique.
Bare knuckle's a street fight.
But it's more of a street fight, right? It's more like,
Yeah.
like the rules are different here. But
I felt so overwhelmed that I was like, what is going I felt
how long did you have to prepare for that one?
I had some time. I think
Okay.
after my last bare knuckle fight in October, we talked about what was next. And then Bare Knuckle did call us, and Bare Knuckle was like, "Hey, we want you for Knuckle Mania," and that was the plan. They gave me an opponent, and I got bumped by 100K followers, and the show. Granted, do I agree? Yeah, I mean, Knuckle Mania is the biggest card of the year, and it makes sense for them to put two girls that have fought
Have
before,
like a big,
have over 100 whatever followers,
Right,
and
right.
have this like only fan base,
Exactly.
which is totally fine with me. Would I have preferred that fight? Yeah, I feel like I would have made it exciting, but I get it.
Right.
So that was the plan. That was what was going to happen, and then this is a little bit of something that people don't know, that I'll say it because people don't want to say it. But then they offered me a girl that had been talking for a year that she's ready to fight. I'm ready to fight. Let's go. Give me a contract. They give her the contract. They're like, here, fight Marisol for January. And now all of a sudden that year that she's been training wasn't enough. So I was like, okay, cool. Let's go to April. I'll do whatever weight you want. We'll fight in April. She says, cool, we'll fight in April. And then I guess somebody made her realize, like, you should not take that fight. I think it was like her debut or something. And she had no pro experience. She has some like MMA experience, but even her MMA experience wasn't the same. So she decided that I was not a smart fight for her, and she ended up taking a different fight. So now I have no fight for bare knuckle. And then they were like, okay, well, we're coming back soon to Hammond, so just wait for that. And I'm like, that's gonna be 6 months in.
Right.
And now, so we're like, all right, we need something. And we need something where it's not too much pressure, but like it's part of your camp. And that's when we started talking about boxing fights. And my manager, Tony's really good and has really good connections. And he was able to find 2 fights. And he's like, here, just pick one. So of course I was going to pick, the Valentine's Day card. And we thought it was a good matchup and it was a good fight, but also BoxRec said she was 1-1 as a pro and was 5'6".
Yeah.
She was not 5'6". She was like 6'5".
They confused.
They like
whoever wrote it was dyslexic or whatever. Yeah.
No, she had to have been close to 6 feet, 5'11" maybe. But
no, yeah, you see the difference.
You can see the difference. She did make weight. I mean, I saw she weighed in at 133. Props to her. But yeah, no, she
yeah, just imagine
long.
Like gaining that weight right back. Like,
yeah, well, I couldn't gain the weight back. I didn't know I didn't have a pound allowance until last minute. I made 136 on the dot. They didn't want that. So I had to re-weigh in the following day at 141. So I had to
Whoa.
cut weight that morning.
Whoa.
It was a shit show. Like
Whoa.
I thought, granted, it was my fault. I did tell them like, no, it's fine. I won't gain that much. I gained like more than 5 pounds. So that morning, I'm like running in a sauna suit.
That's crazy.
I'm like booking it in the middle of California to some plaza and coming back, and then, yeah,
I
like
feel like that kind of would affect like a little bit of the fighting as well, right? I mean, I don't really know, but
I think so. I don't want to make excuses.
true, right?
Because the first round was good for me. I stuck to the plan of just move to the right and throw across and weaving, and I think I did pretty decent the first round. And then the second round, I just like I haven't seen the second round like fully,
Mm-hmm.
but I know what happened. I know that in the middle of an exchange, I was against the ropes, and for whatever reason, and I'm sure that I've made a point to where like I fight because I like it. So if I don't like it, I'm just no, fuck this.
Right.
And in the middle of an exchange, I closed off, I turned around and I said, nope, and walked off.
Oh.
And the ref called it.
Oh.
So that's how it stopped. Like I feel like I felt very overwhelmed and I didn't know how to get out of it, because the way I would have gotten out of it is clinching and getting out, but I couldn't do that. I had already gotten a warning for that. And then I just felt overwhelmed. I was like in a fish out of water, like just totally out
like
of
a whole
it.
new different experience or
Yeah.
whatever. Which
Yeah.
is, like I said, it's so. I mean, props to you for just
thank you.
like going for it. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Because
Yeah.
you're like, hey, this is a whole new world. I'm down.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go get this. And it's not like you're doing like a little kid thing or something. Like this is like on a big fucking platform, big stage.
Yeah.
You know, in front of a lot of people. So that's crazy.
Yeah. No, I think, like I think that's one thing that people don't know. It's like I don't like boxing. Yeah, I think people think like, oh yeah, she likes to stand and bang and strike, and I do. But that's not why I went to bare knuckle or why I do boxing. I did it because that's what sucked in my MMA career. My striking started
Right.
sucking. So, and I knew that my wins were by grappling. I knew that my grappling was good, but like what am I going to do if the girls don't want to grapple me? So like I went straight to boxing, and that's what I've been working on, and yeah.
So now,
So
now you pretty much have a good striking added to your repertoire, right? Like you would say.
yeah, I think I'm very comfortable with striking. My grappling, I'm still very comfortable in that aspect. So, I think it's a good time to start kind of going back that way. Obviously, I'm still
You're still
very.
doing jujitsu and all that.
I'm actually going back to jiu-jitsu more now. I talked to Joey Deal.
Mhm.
He owns Rio Deal MMA, and hopefully we can start training more there. And I mean, he's a two-time ADCC champ, and he's probably one of the best grapplers in the Midwest. So I'm excited for that, and it'll be good. I think it's a good time in my career,
Where's
and
that
we'll
gym
see.
at?
It's towards Aurora, kind of.
Oh, okay.
It's pretty west, like northwest.
Mm.
I can't remember exactly where, but it's like it's close to where I'm by, so it works out. So we'll see. There's good gyms out here in the city. It's just too far for me now.
Right. Are you still so you're not going to Top Notch?
No. No. No, I haven't gone back to Top Notch since my last fight. So yeah, I think those are that's a bridge that was closed off.
Oh wow.
During that fight. So
Wow.
yeah.
I mean, that's crazy. I mean,
Yeah.
Is it? I mean, I guess we don't have to get into it if you don't want to, but like, is it like you would say something that shouldn't have happened, or?
I think there was a lot of things that were accumulating coming up to that fight, from honestly like it was things that kept adding up, and I was so loyal to that gym, and I was so loyal to people in that gym that I was blind to it. Um, and then, like there's times where you're like, sure, I'll take the blame. I'll take the blame. But to me, it felt like everybody knew where I was from. Everybody
Mm.
knew who I repped. Everybody knew who I was loyal to. And um, I never went to another gym and stopped repping top notch and then just like, this is my gym now, right? I lived in Washington State and I was still always top notch. I still, came back to top notch. And then I came back and like it's not the same, but like whatever, that's still my home. I was there when I was pregnant, before I was pregnant, my babies started going there. So it was it it started off my career. It ended my amateur career very good, and I think that at the time I was giving 100% and getting 100% back. And then as my career started, going up, um, I know what it takes to win a fight, and I know the work that you have to put in, but then there's also work that your coach has to give back.
Mm.
And I wasn't getting that. You can't just expect to win a fight with like 4 rounds of pad work every 3 days or twice a week.
I see what you're saying.
And I got left stranded for Sturgis. Nobody told me that they weren't going to be there. Nobody told me that, hey, this happened. I'm not going to be there. I expected people to be there. They weren't there.
Whoa.
They didn't tell me they weren't going to be there. They expected the other guys that have no experience to tell me that they weren't going to be there.
So
and
you
then
had a whole new corner that day?
I didn't have a corner.
You don't have a corner?
For Sturgis. I thank God for Haro for man, I'm spacing out for his name, but like, you're my boy. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Adrian Haro from Top Notch. Thank God.
Oh yeah, I
for
follow
him.
him too.
Yeah. He stepped up, and they were just him, Gabriel Talamontes, and Sal, who isn't even a fighter. He doesn't even train. He works across the street at the dealership. They came, drove 5-10 hours, however long it was, to come see and watch and have fun. That's what they were coming for. They didn't think that my corner, who had a flight, a hotel room to himself, didn't show up. For whatever the excuse is, whatever, I'll believe it, whatever the excuse is. And then I thought my teammate, who was the only other pro at the time, I thought he was going to come. I changed the room's check-in person. I changed it to his name thinking that he was going to be there. He tells me that he told the person a month ago that he could not come. Nobody decided to tell me. Nobody told me that they weren't going to be there. So I was like, what am I supposed to do? There's people at Sturgis. And to this day, I felt so embarrassed because, like, I'm like the only other female there. There's only 4 female fighters. I was by myself. I'm in the middle of, like, the Sturgis event, which, like, I felt totally out of place, but, like, whatever. And everybody's like, are you by yourself? Like, if it was, like, a moment. And I didn't think much of it because it has happened before. It's not the first time. But, they always show up last minute. And I was like, yeah, it's fine. No, it's fine. And then I'm talking to one of the bare knuckle people the day of weigh-ins. And I'm like, yeah, the flights got changed. And he looks at me, he's like, what do you mean the flights got changed? There's no way you can change that flight.
Oh.
So in my head, like, something clicks where I'm like, so did they, like, know that they weren't going to come and they just, like, pretended? Or, like, am I stupid? Or, like, what is going... So, whatever. I don't care. That's when I met my manager because he's like, hey, I noticed you're by yourself. If you need anything, let me know. And I was like, yeah, no, it's okay. Like, I got my people coming later. And then sure as shit, the day of the fight, I'm like, hey, I need your help. And he ended up cornering me with Adrian Haro, who, like... They did what they could, and I had not a better corner, but like an experienced corner. Who knows what would happen? Like, I'm not saying I would have won, but maybe I wouldn't have a 10-stitch gash across my forehead.
Right.
Whatever. I let it slide. I let it slide. It's not the first time. I come back, and now it's like, oh, you did okay. Now let me put some work in there. So it still was whatever. And I'm not gonna talk too much shit because at the end of the day, like that was my family and that was a place that I called home for a very long time. I just, turned a blind eye.
Mm.
Um, Indiana came and I have people that do care about me and were like, "Hey, if this is what you want to do, if this you have to go to a legit boxing gym. You can't just expect MMA striking to do the work for you."
Right.
So then I go to Champions Factory. That's where I meet Mary Lou Bravo.
Mm.
She is she's been in the game for a long time, but I feel like it's harder as female coaches to kind of like shine in the light because they're always like behind these male up like
It's a male
figures.
dominant
Hmm.
uh
Yeah.
area. Yeah.
Yeah, and she's oh my god, the very first day I meet her, she has a notebook. She's watching me. She's like making me do things that I'm like, why do I feel like I have two left feet? She's like, because your movement is not a boxing movement.
Mm.
So yeah, I start training with her.
That's the dope thing, right? Having someone to
Yeah.
actually tell you,
Yeah.
hey, you're stepping this way, or you're doing, or
Yeah.
you're dropping this, or okay.
Yeah.
So, but yeah.
It's so crazy. Like when you do something for so long a certain way and you're just like, oh yeah, cross hook cross move, cross hook cross move, jab cross move. But then you have somebody that with boxing, it's very like so technical. It's like little details where instead of moving an inch, you're moving a fourth of an inch rather than like,
Mm.
okay, now you're gonna weave and you're all the way over there. Like, no, you weave and you're like next to that person. And that's what I learned in 2 weeks. I learned so much, and obviously, like I was still loyal. And then I saw some things started to click. And I was like, okay, whatever. There was a misunderstanding that happened in the back room, and there was things that happened in the back room before a fight, which to me was
Before one of your fights?
before my fight at bare knuckle.
Oh,
Before my bare knuckle fight
shit.
in the back room, in the locker room, shit went down.
What?
When I tell you shit went down, that to me it baffled me because I was like, I am about to go into a freaking
I'm about
fight,
to go fight.
and you're making this about you. Like what is going on? Like actually going on. Again, I'm not going to talk too much shit because I have my own faults, and I at the end of the day, like I'm so grateful for everything and everybody I've met,
Right.
and for like things, and like, but I am going to say, and I don't care, there's a common denominator, and I'm not I'm one of 10, 15, 20,
Mm.
and I think that I still would have let that go. I still would have let that shit go until the following day. I win fight of the night, and I remember I get the call from my manager, and he's like, "Hey, did you see you win fight? You won fight of the night." And I was like, "No way, no way." And I thought that was really cool because that's like one of the biggest platform that my gym has competed in. Um, and I'm like, okay, that's so cool. Whatever, we're talking what the plan is and everything. And it's Coach AJ who, oddly enough, was when I had that 10 gash, he was her corner. He met me at Sturgis.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so he came all the way from Vegas, where he was at, to come help because my coach Bravo, that's her mentor. So it was a weird triangle how that worked out. So he came, helped out, ended up cornering me, and things went pretty well. He's an amazing corner, an amazing coach. And yeah, I won fight of the night. And I'm so excited. And I'm like, cool. Mind you, I had already texted a paragraph being like, hey, I'm sorry. I take full accountability. That was my fault. I should have been more clear on what was going on. But just so you know, like this is my team too now. Like you will always be my team. But like you gotta learn how to share. You know? Yeah. But then I was like, nah, we're too emotional right now. Like, I'm just gonna give it time, whatever. And then And then time went by, and I'm like, why should I reach out? Why do I have to reach out? Like, it was my fight. Like, I feel like as the head of this, you should be like, what's going on? What happened? You know? Whatever. Um and that paragraph of "I'm sorry" changed into a paragraph where I was saying things that to this day, I'm glad I didn't send that, because that was rude of me to say. If I would have sent that, I said some really bad things about.
Also, you had like a
I
loaded.
had a
Oh man.
paragraph where I was like, "I'm sorry." It's all me. And then kind of reality checked in, where I'm like, no, I did nothing wrong. I did nothing wrong. And then, and there's things that happen that I'm not gonna say, because
Right. No.
whatever. So, and that's why I was like, no, I did nothing wrong. And then the emotional me came out, where I'm like, what? I had this whole paragraph where I was taking it out on my teammates, where I was like, and you're padded pros and like bad. And then I was like, you know what? I'm not gonna say that.
Yeah.
And
But
then
but that's a human emotion, right?
yeah,
It happens to all of us.
yeah, no, I was very hurt. I think it was the case. And then and then the call went through, and that's why I never sent that. It was drafted.
Hmm.
And then I realized, I don't know why, it clicked in my head. And I'm like, you know, I feel like anybody that has followed me for as long as they followed me, and surprisingly enough, I feel like I have had people that since my combate days are like
Mm.
following me, and I'm like, oh my God. It clicked where I'm like, nobody questions where I'm from. Everybody knows. There's not one interview, there's not one picture, uniform, whatever, where my gym has not been mentioned.
Right.
But where am I in that gym? In the gym's pictures, in the team pictures, in the gym's page, in their Instagram page. Not one picture was shared, not one like was done. And I shouldn't give a shit about social media, but no, I do. Because I've brought a lot of people into that gym. I
Right.
brought a lot of, like,
Well, it's like a shared growth, right? Like
yeah,
you're pointing people there, and share the growth. Like
yeah,
you know.
yeah. It's like, hey, I'm appreciative of you, but like, you can't even like the fucking post. Like, give a damn, like, double
Right. At
tap.
least something.
Yeah, and I think that to me was like a true colors type of thing. Like that was it for me. Where you could have done everything and anything, and I would have gotten over it, until I realized that you're sharing now, your next fighter's page pictures, whatever the heck. Cool, whatever. But like, at least like the fucking picture, And that I think I was like, you know what? I think that it's been a toxic environment for me for a very long time, and I turned a blind eye. And like, it's time, and sometimes it happens like that, and sometimes it's for the better. There is no ill will, there is no like animosity. I know I talked shit, and I know I'm talking shit, but I'm just saying what happened. And
Right.
that's what happened in my eyes. I know I got calls after that with the craziest stories that I was told from other mouths that said the story, and I was like, that is not what happened. Let me tell you, I had my own locker room in the back of the room. There was no way anybody else was involved. But yeah, and then the more I heard, the more I'm like, that cool. That's fine. I'll take all the blame. I will, whatever, if this is how things want to get,
How they're gonna
burned.
play out.
It is what it is, like, there's, again, I will say it again, there's a common denominator, and you either move on, or swim with the sharks.
Yeah.
So
I mean, kudos to you for like being able to hold yourself from sending that message, right?
yeah,
Because
yeah.
oh man. I wish I would have had so much power to send to not send the messages
Yeah.
sometimes, because it's a human emotion, right? Like sometimes you love people so much. It's not even about like you said, it's not about the social media shit. It's not about none of that shit. It's just like we're spending time together.
Mhm.
We're sharing this fucking whatever this life is, pursuing whatever the hell we're pursuing, right? Whether it's
Yeah.
music, whatever. So like this connection is nothing.
Yeah. Yeah. I felt I that and that's how it feels, like when you hear nothing, when you get treated kind of like, and I feel like I've been in this sport long enough now to know right from wrong and to know where things are just, like things aren't adding up. And for a very long time, I let other people control my career and tell me what to do and what I shouldn't do and how to play the game and, things like that. And I feel like now I'm grown. I'm almost 30, man. I started this career when I was 17.
Whoa.
But yeah, and one day I just woke up and I was like, huh, crazy. So, I it is what it is. I think I have a really good team right now, and um it I'm never gonna like regret anything though. I think that gym did so amazing things for me in the beginning. Um, I went there and I was 0-3 as an amateur because, I was just babied and I was getting thrown into fights where like I shouldn't have been in at the time yet. I still had a lot of growing to do. And then, I went to a different gym and man, 2016, 17, and 18, that gym was top shit. And not shit like bad, but it was such an amazing gym. And I learned so much. I won and I lost but learned, and then I turned pro, and I wouldn't have gotten to Combate Americas without those connections. And Danny, who I met, who was my manager for a long time, like would have never met him. Um, my grappling started doing. My grappling got really good because of the time because I was getting that 100% back.
Right.
And then one day it just was different, and I get it, like.
I mean, like it's with life, right?
Yeah.
Sometimes
You just outgrow it.
things just take their course, and
Yeah.
that's it. Like
Yeah.
it again. That's why I'm like kudos to you for that, because I'm comparing this to sort of like a relationship, right?
Mm-hmm.
You're with this person, you meet them, oh shit, everything's good. You guys are fucking enjoying life, everything's good. 2-3 years, good. And I don't know, we're just one day it's like,
Yeah.
what?
Yeah.
Why are we fighting? What the fuck is going on? And then
Yeah.
next thing you know, done.
Yeah.
And you're like, what?
Yeah.
What were we doing this whole time?
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Like, and that's why I'm saying, like, the fact that you were like,
Yeah.
and then
Yeah, no, I think that I'm a very emotionally intelligent person, I want to say. So you can't let. I've said some really hurtful things growing up when I'm mad. Really, really hurtful things and things that I do regret. And I think that's what I've learned. I've learned to, like, if you're going to say something, cool off. Cool off and then have a conversation. But when you're like, I'm not going to sit here and yell at somebody back and forth. I'm not going to sit here and entertain the argument. I'll talk to you. And then, if there's something we need to resolve, then we can talk. We can come back and talk about it. But I think that when you're so like emotionally like, just full of like, whether it's rage or love or whatever, when it's so like you're full of it and you're not thinking straight, there's things that are said that shouldn't have been said, whether it's positive or negative.
Yeah, right.
Like
Right.
a lot of people think like, oh yeah, like you're mad and you say hurtful things. But no, when you're in a great state, in a happy state, now you're making promises and now you're saying things that you don't mean.
That's so true.
And then later on, you don't mean it because you're in a relaxed state and your partner is like, well, you told me this. And it's like, I did, because in the moment I just felt like I should say it.
Yeah, that's so true. I think it's because we're so in tune with our body, right? Like our body pretty much controls every fucking action. We all do. And like you said, yeah, when you're full of this crazy, joyful love, you're gonna make some promises you might not be able to fucking come through with.
Yeah.
And at the moment in time when you're saying it, you might not mean it that way, or you're not trying. Your intentions are not to like not come through with it.
Yeah.
But you're like, yo, I feel so good right now. I feel like I could take over the world for you, type
Yeah.
shit. And you're like,
Yeah.
But that's so crazy. And then to be able to control that, it only comes with age, though, right?
Yeah. Yeah. Oh my God. If I told you how the things I would say and do at 22, 23, and then now I'm like, man, I was dumb. But you're growing. You're as an adult, you're becoming a different person, and obviously having kids makes things so much more different, and going through experiences. And I've worked in EMS for a very long time, from private ambulance picking up dead bodies to like ER, to 911 calls. So it's that also has a lot of like, you see the shit where you're like, oh my God, like life is so like, you never know.
It's limited. It's not. We think it's forever because we have it today, and like we're like, I'm just gonna go to sleep, and tomorrow I'm gonna wake up. But are you?
Yeah, it's crazy, and I feel like not a lot of people have that traumatic experience, and then until they do, and then it's a very different perspective of things, and you have to go through something like that to kind of start developing those emotions and controlling them.
Right.
So.
And like you also have to go through those situations that like yourself went through to be like, okay, I need to change something.
Yeah.
Because at the moment in time where you're going through these things, well, I'm just speaking on my behalf. Like when I'm going through something or whatever, if I'm mad or if I'm not reacting at the moment in time, I'm not thinking straight because I don't know what's going on. But once I take my time, relax, contemplate, I'm like, oh, I'm supposed to learn something from this. There's something in here what is it? It may take you a long time to figure it out. You might figure it out right then and then, but there's always something, always.
Yeah. Yeah, when then after doing all the things, you come back to it and you're like, man, I shouldn't have done that, or I should have done this instead.
Right.
So yeah, I mean, I've been through divorce. Like it's just more things that you like learn from things like that, where drastic decisions and like thinking back, should I have gotten married? Yes, no, maybe. Whatever the answer is, like, it happened. Could I have done this differently during the marriage? Yes, but like arguments. Why was this argument? Why did we have this argument? Could it have gone differently? Yes. Why? Because we were both emotional, and neither one of us decided to relax and stop throwing shit across the room. I don't know,
Yeah.
So
whatever the case. Right.
yeah.
Right.
Yeah. So it's the same with fighting. It's just a lot of people thrive in fighting with emotion and holding that in and taking it out in the cage, and a lot of people like that will break them, fighting with too much emotion, and then you freeze up and you're like making mistakes. So
right, where their body's not reacting the same way.
Yeah.
Or whatever.
Yeah.
But speaking of which, I saw something.
What did you say?
About the love life.
My own love life. I didn't think too much. I didn't think anybody really cared about my love life until I made it known that I have a love life, and it's like this big deal.
I'm pretty sure you broke so many hearts. Your first post, you probably heard pop, 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 and you were like, "What the fuck is that?"
Oh my God. Yeah. I didn't think it was a big of a deal, but yeah, he's a great person.
But that's dope. I
Yeah.
mean, it's just we don't think we need those things, but as a human, you need someone,
Yeah.
because relationships, when you connect with someone in a relationship, it's a different experience than when you deal with a regular person on the daily, right?
Oh, God. I think, and it makes me laugh because for the longest, I've dated people and it is what it is, but like I never really cared about someone like that. It was just my life is my career, my son.
Right.
And I worked really, really hard for that. And oh my God, I think a good relationship happens when you are so happy to be by yourself. And I think a lot of people are forcing themselves to want to be with somebody and to be with somebody. So they make bad decisions about connections that they're not there. So they force these connections and it doesn't work. But when you learn to be happy with yourself, you have standards. And if those standards aren't met, you talk to somebody, you know real early, like, this is not for me. This is not gonna work out. And I think like I was there where it's like I'll talk to somebody a few days and I'm like, you're gonna be an issue, or like not even that. It's just like the connection's not there, and I'm not gonna force it. Um, and I have gotten asked, like, as a fighter, as a very independent person, as a with my history of things, if it's hard. And it's not hard because I feel like men want the satisfaction of like look, I was able to like find a very strong independent woman and like this is my woman. But they can't there's men that can't handle that. And they think they can until they actually have it and they're like, "Oh shit." Like, so with me, it was like I had to find somebody. Not even find somebody. I wasn't looking, but like,
It just happened, and those are the best ones, right?
yeah, yeah. It was just kind of like I can't have somebody that's competing with me to be more manly than me. You know,
I see what you're saying.
yeah,
Right.
yeah. It's like like as being a fighter, especially like in bare knuckle or those extreme sports. It's like I I don't date fighters. I dated a few. I'm done. But like, and that was my thing. I will not date a fighter, and I never after my ex husband, done with fighters. So when it's a normal person, a normal like civilian, I don't know, like a guy that doesn't fight, it was that like I felt like they were in competition with me to like be more manly than me and like beat me up or like just weird mentality. And then yeah, so then I realized like, okay, I no. Um so yeah, I think that I'm very fortunate to find somebody that's very comfortable with themselves, and we're very private about each other. Not really, now that it's on social media, but like I think I'm a fan of him as much as he's a fan of me, and that makes things work very well. And he's also very, very
So what does he do?
I don't know if I can say.
No, all right. No, it's all right. We don't have to.
No, but he's military.
Oh.
But yeah, he's a very strong man, and he's very comfortable with himself, and I admire him as a human and as like what he does, and as a person. So I think that's a good balance that we have. And
that's always a good foundation, right? Like,
yeah,
when you actually respect the person.
Yeah.
And,
Yeah.
and
I mean, honestly, I can't like imagine like I'm doing all this, right? I have two jobs because I want to, not because I have to. I fight, and not to blow smoke on my ass, but like
No, I
I
mean, yeah, I mean, come on. I'm a fan of you,
Thank you.
so I know, right? Because I
Yeah.
do see, like, a outsider looking in, it's like, look, yeah, I don't know about the jobs, but like, I see the fighting. I see you being a dedicated mom.
Yeah.
I see you doing your thing, and like,
Yeah.
it has to be hard for you to do all that at the same time.
I think I just go through the motions, and I think for me it's so easy that if you as a man you don't have it together, or not even have it together, but you don't. Oh man, it's so hard to explain. If you can't be a man, and I think that I'm more of a man than you, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Like, you don't. I'm not talking about as a fighter. You don't have to be a fighter, but I'm just saying in general. So
Like the
yeah.
way you like present yourself, and or there's a lot of there's a there's a lot of aspects of being a man, right? And people get it confused with machismo.
Mhm.
Like, no, if you're being an asshole to women and doing some, oh, I'm big and tough and shit, that's not being a man.
Yeah. No, I want to be able to be like. You know what? Like, the best way I can describe it is I want you to know that I can take that door off the Jeep, but you're going to do it because, like, like I'm your girl.
Right, right, right.
Why should I have to lift a finger? And that has always been my thing, where it's like, oh yeah, if we're at the bar and some girl look, I'm not fighting. Like, I fight in the cage for money. I am not gonna throw a free punch.
Right.
Like,
Plus, you're gonna hurt this fucking person.
yeah,
Come
well,
on,
yeah.
you a regular
Yeah,
person.
but like, and this should go for this is not just my relationship, but just for anybody, where it's like, why should you as a man put me in any situation where I have to lift a finger?
Mm.
And that's what I mean by being a man. Like, I should not have to be your mother. I should not have to, like, lift all the, like, why should I, as your woman, I'm here, like, and I don't give a shit what anybody thinks, but I'm here to, like, cook for you, fold some clothes, and like we'll be a team or whatever. But like, like, I want to be able to feel like a little girl, and like feel like a little, like,
Right, right. What is it? What's it called? Like, you want to feel safe.
yeah,
But because that whole dynamic of us,
yeah,
right? That we don't we forget that it's there.
mhm,
Some people ignore it. Some people want to deny it. But that's what it is. Like,
yeah,
you're a man. You wanna protect.
yeah,
You wanna be the protector, the
yeah,
the giver, the one that
yeah,
brings the food to the table, and you want a woman. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I'm not saying everyone should want that or whatever, but most of us have that in our base. Like,
yeah,
it's just a given human thing. Like, when I see a woman and I want to be with her, that's what I want to do. I want to not coddle her, but like, like,
yeah.
be
That's your
good to her.
woman.
Right,
Yeah,
exactly. Like,
yeah,
I'm protecting you. I don't want no one trying to talk to you, but I'm not gonna, you know what I'm saying?
yeah,
Just that whole, so I know what you're saying. Like, that dynamic it's always crazy. It's a,
yeah, yeah. I think especially nowadays, where there's a lot of games being played,
mm,
and a lot of like, oh my god, I don't want to. I don't know. There's a lot of things, and me, as a woman and as somebody that has a career, and um, I can't put somebody else before me.
right.
Like,
As a
I,
mom as well.
yeah, like, I'm with you because you're something extra to make me feel good. But you're not my whole world, and that's what I feel like a lot of people fail. They make their partners their whole world, and like, no, it's just, you're not going to make yourself better for that person because now your focus is on them. So now you're
Mm,
letting yourself slide, and you're letting your goal slide for somebody else, and I think that things don't work that way.
right.
Again, with, like, as a female, especially with fighters, and I know I can speak for a lot of the females. It's very annoying when a man thinks that because you're the fighter, like, you better not look at my man. I'll fuck you. No, look at my man. If he looks back at you, you can have him. You know,
Mm.
and you know, that's my mentality. Like, I feel like I am a very confident woman inside and out, and like my, I'm not gonna cause a scene. I'm not gonna. And this is a thing that I feel like men have done in the past, where they think that like it's gonna help them with me, and that right there will make. That's why I was like, I'm out. Go have fun. Where they play men play these, not men and women and in society
Yeah.
nowadays, they play this game where like, let me make them a little jealous so that I can let them know that I'm wanted too. And it's like, and now I'm catching on to where you're purposely trying to get this attention, or you're putting me in situations where you're putting yourself in situations to get hit on or to get looked at. And that to me, it's like, why are you putting me in that situation where now I'm questioning you, or now I'm like doubting you, or now I'm like, why are you do so what do you do when I'm gone? You know, like.
Okay. I'm so glad you said that. I am so glad you said that. Because if you're willing to do something in front of me that I don't agree with,
Mhm.
what are you doing when I'm not there?
Yeah.
How far are you going?
Yeah. Yeah, and it can be an innocent act. I mean, like, it can be like, oh, I just, like, they can feel a little like intimidated, right? And as female fighters, or even social media influencers, when like guys are like, oh my god, they have like 100,000 followers and like blah blah blah. eh, they'll do that subconsciously, right, to make you jealous. And females don't like that. Me personally, I don't like that. I know girls that don't like that, because it's like, why are you putting me, your female, in a situation where I feel uncomfortable? You as my man, you should feel like, hey, I don't want to put her in that situation. I don't want to feel her, make her feel like she has to, like, I don't know, fight somebody, or get intimidated by somebody, or I don't know, doubt me. Why do you want me to doubt you even the slightest?
Right. Why do you need validation all the time?
Yeah.
That's something, that I do see a lot. Like, it's it's that, like you said, playing that game, right? Why are you playing the game?
Mhm.
Why? Why is that needed? It I've seen some of my friends do this,
Mhm.
but it, it's just like you have to recognize that as time passes by, those games don't work anymore.
Yeah. Yeah,
And
I
you
think.
shouldn't be playing any games. Not if you want to
Yeah.
be with someone for real. Now, if you're trying to fuck around,
Yeah.
then
But that I feel like that's also something that nowadays, like, it's like, if that's what you want, tell the person, right? If that's what you want, like, hey, I don't want anything serious. I just want to like mess around, or not even mess around, but like I want to have casual. Let's just be casual. We'll hang out, we'll have fun, whatever. If this turns into something, great, but I'm not really looking for that. Cool. Tell that person that. Tell
so they
them.
can make that choice.
So yeah, so like, hey, cool, that's fine with me. Let's just have fun. I'm not looking for something serious anyway. Or like, it, and that, I've seen it, and I've seen it with friends, and it always turns bad, because it's like that's not what they want, but they agree with it. So they'll go along with it thinking, "Oh, I'm going to change their mind." No, you're not.
Mm.
No, you're not. You will not, because now they know that you're okay with getting, not being the main person, or not being,
Or
you're
not
okay
taking
with.
this seriously,
Yeah,
right?
or you're okay with just being used, honestly. You're okay with being one of. And for you to change somebody's mind after you let them do that, like,
Right.
it's not going to change. It's the same as like, oh, well, like, I'm going to let him do this or do that, or I'm going to let her get away with something because I want them to stay with me. Cool.
And that's the
That's
problem,
fine.
right?
Yeah, that's fine, but I hope you're ready for the rest of that relationship. It's going to be like that. You're going to get more hurt, and things are going to get worse, and they're going to do more stuff because they know they can get away with it.
Yeah, you give someone like a centimeter, they're gonna be, oh, Let me add another little centimeter.
Yep.
Now let me add a foot. Now we got a whole fucking
Yeah.
yard, and it just keeps growing because people, oh, you know, most people when they want something and they're more into what they want,
Mhm.
like this, I think is a selfish trait
Mhm.
when you want to lie to people because that's what's basically what's happening, right?
Yeah.
I'm lying to you. I'm playing this game, trying to get your attention. What's
Yeah.
we go out, we do this, and I'm gonna play this whole fucking game
Mhm.
to get whatever I want out of you,
Yeah.
and that's just being selfish.
Yeah.
But again, a true, well, again, I think it takes time
Mhm.
and age
Yeah.
as a man, but not all men come to this conclusion. But yeah, if you want to be with someone, stop fucking around because you're gonna waste your time.
Yeah.
Because I've gone when I was younger, I've done those fuck around things, and here I'm messing with this chick or whatever, and I don't get with
Mhm.
them, blah blah. But then you go 1 year with this person, 2 years. Now you
Yeah.
wasted that whole 2 years. Now you got to start all over again,
Yeah.
and it's just like,
Yeah. Yeah. I feel like a lot of people know. And it goes the other way around too. If somebody tells you, "Hey, I don't want nothing serious right now," they're not, again, you're not going to change their mind. Don't say yes and that's not what you're okay with. Have, more value of yourself and know what you want. And again, it comes back to that you got to be comfortable with yourself and know what your standards are and know what you want out of something, to be okay with being like, "Oh, that's cool. I don't want that right now, but like, good luck."
right,
Leave it at that.
right,
Because then
because
you're
because
calling
every
somebody at night for, like, what the fuck? Who are you with? Like, I told you I don't want nothing serious. So,
yeah, because it feels bad when someone lies to you, right? Or it feels bad when you feel lied to.
yeah. Yeah.
Um,
I think, again, it goes back to, if you got lied to after that person said, "Hey, I do want something serious with you. I do want this. This is what we're going to do." And you're like, "Cool, we're on the same page." And then you find out you're not on the same page. They just did that, and they just said that because they thought that saying that will keep you around because they want you around, that they just don't want you to know what your real intentions are.
or for whatever's going on in their head. I mean, I gotta reset this real quick,
Yeah.
but yeah, like what hurts the most is when you feel that someone loves you as much as you love them,
Mm.
and you think everything's going well and everything's going happening good, everything's smooth, and just one day
It just clicks.
it's just like, wait, what?
Yeah. Yeah. And you're like, "You would actually do that to me is crazy." Because I would never. But like, cool. Yeah.
Like imagine spending some time with someone for like 2 3 years, right?
Yeah.
And after those 3 years or 2 years, whatever, just out of nowhere, this person just drops you. No
Yeah.
closure, no nothing. They just drop you, and you're like, what? We can't even talk about what happened or nothing.
Mhm.
Just that's it.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I feel like I haven't had something like that happen in a while, which I mean, I'm all grateful for, but like, because, like, I think the most traumatic event of my life was going through divorce, and the shit that happened during that and how it all went down was pretty traumatic. And I think after that, I told myself I was never going to let somebody y- lie to my face the way that happened. And, you just gotta set your ground and know what you're, um I don't know, man. It's just kind of like, "Hey, I'm telling you what I want from you, what my standards are, and if you're cool with it, cool, but don't lie to my face." Like, Don't lie to my, because my absence will be known. You will feel my absence because nobody's gonna treat you or care about you the way that I have. And maybe you will find somebody, but good luck.
Mm.
In this time and age, good luck.
And no, I 100% agree with that because see, that's why I think I get along with you because you seem to always speak just this is how I feel.
Thank you.
Whether I'm wrong or right or wrong, this is how I truly feel.
Yeah.
Right? And there's people that instead of doing that, they tell you what you
Want to
think.
hear.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
There's people that are very good at manipulating a conversation. There's people that know or assume like, okay, I'm gonna tell them this. I'm gonna this is what I know they want. And that's how eventually it's gonna catch up. Eventually it's gonna, and I don't.
Eventually it explodes and it just leaves the parties hurt unless you're truly selfish and self-absorbed. It doesn't hurt, but
it doesn't surprise me nowadays. Nowadays, there is some cruel, selfish people in this world, and we're not speaking just relationships, but like again,
this goes with everything.
Yeah, there is some really mentally messed up people that are very selfish, and if they can sleep at night, good for you.
Right.
Good for you. I believe in karma, and karma has been very good to me lately, and I'm okay with that. So.
But one thing you did say that I'm like wow is that just what happened with this keep it true thing, right? Like why can't we all just man, like I don't understand it. Like I don't get it. I don't get it when people are just bullshitting. Like I know you're bullshitting me right now. Why are you doing this?
Yeah.
Man, just really be true and that's it.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't know, man. I've been there with seeing it as a third party, and I've caught on really early with people that have tried to do that, and I'm not the one.
I mean,
I'm
pretty sure people would try whatever with you, right? Because like they see where you at, and men are fucking crazy. I mean,
oh yeah,
you were telling me about. You did tell me about these crazy.
Oh God, yeah. Are we talking about the same thing?
Yeah.
I have gotten some messages in all platforms where I'm like, God damn, that's crazy. I'm sure it's females too. Like I've gotten some female messages where I'm like, listen, maybe when I was 20
Oh shit.
and did this shit for money. I've gotten some crazy, but like, you know what's crazy? I mean, it's not a new thing, or people don't know that I'm on OnlyFans. What people don't know is that you can subscribe. There's nothing on there. There literally, it's all like fight news. It's random pictures. It's like, hey, tip for whatever. I've sold uniforms, socks. I've made a lot of money just selling my shit on there. I've made a lot of money just messaging back to some people, and some people have bought like pictures, but that's a different story, and it's not. Like I'm not gonna say something because I also don't want people that pay to be like, oh, okay, well, she doesn't mind.
Right.
Here, let me post these. Like, no, I don't want you guys to post those because y'all pay for that. But like, it's not something that I would be like, oh, mom, don't look at it.
Right.
I'm not. There's nothing on there that I'm worried about. But I have gotten offers where I'm like, yo, what the fuck you want me to do? If I didn't think about like, damn, if this ever came back to me, I wouldn't give a fuck, But like, there's things where I'm like, listen, I don't know if I'm comfortable with like, damn, you guys are into this kind of shit. But then again, there's some people that are literally like, hey, can I tell you what my fantasies or what my fetishes are? And are you like, would you be doing that? And I don't judge. Like, I want to know, like, what are you guys interested? Like, what goes on in your mind? What are you willing to spend this much money for to see on your phone?
Right.
And some of it is crazy. Where I'm like, you got that kind of money to spend on that? Like, you want to see me that bad? Is crazy. Man, yeah. I've gotten. I don't even want to.
What's like the third craziest thing? Not the craziest one or the second one, maybe the third.
The third?
Yeah.
Okay. I hope, listen, if you hear this, I just want to know, I just want you to know it's okay. I didn't think anything of it. I just thought, like, I don't know if I could do that. I don't judge. Tell me all your fetishes. So the third one was they wanted me to be in lingerie, and I didn't have to record my face or whatever, but like majority of my body parts and fart.
What?
And then they would, if I could do more than one time and long fart, it would be more money.
Oh shit! What?
Yeah, that was one of them.
Wow.
I even if I wanted to do that, I don't think I could. I mean, like, we all know, like, we're natural creatures. We know how to, like, fart, but, like, how am I supposed to, like, know, like, oh, I have air in my stomach. I should probably go. I don't know. What am I supposed to do? Go get lingerie real quick? And
right. Oh, hold on. Yeah, right.
I don't know.
That's so crazy.
Yeah. And then I've gotten some sick stuff. But, like, after that, I think the next weirdest thing that they wanted me to do, they wanted me to wear like a jock strap thing. So for guys, by the way, it's a guy thing. You know how like the back of it sometimes it goes in your butt, like, you know, it's kind of like a thong, right? Yeah. They wanted me to wear that and go work out, like go for a run, but get really, really sweaty with that on, and then send them that.
What the?
And they offered a lot of money for it, and I
you almost did it.
I thought about it. I was like, what's the harm in that? I've already sold my fucking underwear.
I was just gonna say like this: if they were to offer that to a guy,
like, yes,
I'll send you 5 of them right now.
I just like, I don't know. When it comes down to like items, it's less of a like, maybe, you know, it depends. When it's like pictures and videos, I'm like, no. No, especially after a relationship, I think I went from limited to very limited on things just out of respect.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah.
That's just so
bodily fluids.
crazy.
I've gotten offered stuff for that.
What?
Bodily fluids.
Okay,
like
in the market of 1,000.
Oh, it's always thousands.
Whoa.
Thousands. The minimum is like, I don't know, messages. That's a little bit on the cheap side. That's like $15 to reply. You know, a big thing is like dick rating videos or pictures or whatever.
What the fuck?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
$1,000 though?
More than 1,000. It could be thousands.
Whoa.
For stuff. That's
Holy
what I'm saying.
shit.
Like the amount of money that like, and to me personally, it's like, damn. How did you get my, like, who are you? That's like, you know? But yeah.
That's so nuts.
Yeah. And I do have some followers that honestly, they are like they are amazing. Like some of them
to the soil.
Yeah, they're like, hey, I'll send you $200. Can I have your socks for this or whatever you wore for this? Cool.
Oh, but novelty items are. There's nothing wrong with that.
Yeah,
like,
no.
oh, if I want, can I have your gloves from that fight? That's Yeah,
Yeah.
that's a genuine
Which,
thing.
by the way, message me. I got you.
Hey,
Out here promoting.
only $3,000 for those.
No, no. I feel like even with stuff like that, when it comes down to actual fighting stuff, I'm more on the like, I'll throw in a free pair of, I don't know, wraps. You know,
Right,
just
yeah.
because like,
Yeah, because I could see that as a fan.
yeah,
I could see like, yeah,
yeah,
you know, something that you were waiting for the fight or something that I see that. But the
yeah.
other stuff,
The other
the
stuff,
other
you're
stuff
like,
is just fucking
damn,
nuts.
yo, what do you want this
Yo,
for?
you're
What
right.
you gonna
What
do
the
with that?
fuck? Like,
You know what though? Like as a Mexican, what concerns me the most out of all of that is like, what kind of juju would you do with my shit? Like, what do you want my strand of hair
that
for?
is,
You know?
even though people dismiss that,
Yeah.
there is a little something in that.
Listen, I will be the first one to say, like, in my last few fights, I'm like, yo, who's doing some juju on me? Because ain't no way. Ain't no fucking, like, how the fuck? Or, like, the days leading up to a fight, some shit goes down bad where it just throws me all the way off. And I'm like, who got my doll? Who got my...
Who the fuck took my hair and shit?
I'm over here doing limpias because I'm like, ain't no way. Ain't no way. So...
But right, that sometimes it's like the energy that you allow in your life.
Yeah. Yeah.
It is weird, right? Like you like what, like this that shouldn't have fucking never happened like that.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I became very in these last few months, I got very, very close to God, and I started doing my Bible studies, and I started doing a lot of reading and a lot of like just getting closer to my religion,
Yeah.
only because like I'm like no, there's things that I'm like, man. And then, you start getting signs and stuff, and you're like,
That's the thing. So going with life, right? When you go through life and you go through experiences and things happen to you, and you start recognizing things, you start seeing, you start
yeah,
like feeling this energy.
Mhm.
There is this energy around us that not gives us things, but just like rewards you for what you're doing,
Mhm.
right?
Yeah,
Like,
just being a good person, or
or let's just in the metaphor of fighting. I see you training. I see you do your thing. Guess what? I'm gonna give you some opportunities
Mhm.
to go fight at this fucking big platform.
Mhm.
That's like, whoa, like
Mhm.
holy shit, you're there? Like,
Yeah.
holy what?
Yeah.
But that's your hard work. That's the energy seeing your hard work.
Yeah.
That's in whatever people want to call it, most people call it this, people call it that, but I think it's God.
Yeah. Well, yeah. I mean, I've thought about situations, and I'm like, how did I end up here? Like, where? And a lot of the times, I'm like, man, the universe had got me. They got me. All I got to do is just put in the work. And
Right.
and that's what I have learned in these last few months, where it's like the talent's there, but you can't get anywhere without hard work, and you
Right.
can't just rely on your talent to get you where you need to be, and that's what I've been doing, and I think that's something that I needed to change, and that's our next step. So, um, yeah, it's just been, and I think I just made a post about this when I went on my birthday, where I'm like, man, life is so good to me
Oh, I
that
did see that. It was,
yeah, like, man, there's nothing in this life that I can complain about, um, other than my men, shit. But like, um, yeah, like it's just so good to me, as far as like my job, my health, my child,
your career.
my career, I like my like my assets, everything. It's so good to me that like if my fight career was even as close as successful as everything else, it's like I have to be a favorite. I have to be God's favorite or something. Because yeah, so yeah, I think that's where it clicked in my head, where I'm like, now I just gotta put in hard work. Now I gotta leave the tortillas alone, and for a very long time I'm like, I'm not a straw weight. I'm not a straw weight. because I was being fucking lazy. That's why. um, but yeah, I think just being a good person and being just
Some
close to you, God.
right, because sometimes it's hard to like be grateful for
Yeah.
you don't. I mean, it depends on what you're trying to pursue in life.
Hmm.
Um, I think some people get stagnant and they don't want to pursue whatever they want, which is fine. You know, if you have a job and this is all you're doing, that's fine. But there is people out there that really are pursuing things, right?
Hmm.
And sometimes you accomplish things, but you don't recognize it. You
Hmm.
don't see it.
Yeah.
You don't see it. You just like, oh man, I need this other thing to happen.
Yeah.
But if you look back, you already accomplished so much.
Yeah. Yeah. It's kind of like those people where it's like they'll have a, you know, a brand new 2025 car, SUV, limited, fully loaded, but they're like, but it's not a 26.
Mm.
Or where it's like, oh my God, I made this much money, but like that's not enough. But last month, you didn't have a job. And I think that's what a lot of people mean by like just being grateful, where it's like, yeah, things could be better. Of course, it can always be
Always be
better.
better, right? Yeah.
There's always going to be somebody doing better. But it's like, are you going to take for granted what you do have? Are you going to just be
Exactly.
like, oh, well, thank
Exactly.
you for this, but like actually it's not good enough.
But I want this. Right. Right.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean,
And I feel like that when you fail to recognize the little blessings that you have been getting,
mhm,
that whatever momentum you have for whatever you're trying to build up, it just collapses again.
yeah.
And when you are grateful, even if it's just a little thing, even if it's just the smallest little gain you got,
Yeah.
but if you're grateful for that, then before you know it, there's this opportunity that presents itself. And you're
Yeah.
like, whoa, what?
Yeah. Oh my God, dude. Right now, especially right now, like I am I think about like, dude, I just fought in California and then went on a vacation and then came back and then, my job is great. I do great things and then I get to like, I don't know, visit granny at the nursing home and like take her to the hospital and make her day feel better, And had it not been for, 2013, whatever, I probably would have had to go back to Mexico and work there because I'm a DACA kid. So like there's nothing I can't be grateful for. I'm living the life just because of out of one thing. And had that one thing not happened, God knows where I would have been.
Yeah, right, right,
So
right. And you could actually lose it.
yeah. Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. I mean, right now, like I'm under process for other stuff, for my green card. But like, yeah, that was another thing when it came down to, not to talk too much about my marriage, but like the week I got divorced was the week that my visa approval came in.
Oh shit.
My marriage visa approval came in, and I still went through with the divorce.
Whoa.
Because nobody's gonna have anything over me, and
whoa.
like
damn, I see what you're saying.
yeah, after that, fuck you and fuck everybody, and God forbid the day you tell me that I can't do something, because watch me. Like, I gave up my fucking green card because I was not gonna let somebody have that and hold that over me. I was not gonna like, no. So, and I think that's something that people don't know, and that's why my attitude is the way it is.
I mean, like I said, that's why
Yeah.
like I admire you so much
Yeah.
because not a lot of people do that, right? Not a lot of people have the strength. Not a lot of people have the strength to hold a message before they
Yeah.
send it. Not a lot of people have the strength to like actually say what they feel in their heart. You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying? Like, I'm not gonna fucking hide my feelings. Why?
Yeah.
I'll probably put a filter if it's, depending on the person I'm speaking to, but I'm still gonna tell you how I feel.
Hmm.
I'm not gonna like, hey, what up, dog? Check it out. But I'll be like, this is how I actually feel.
Hmm.
And even that, where you were like, I'm about to get my green card. Everything's gonna happen exactly how I want it to happen.
Yeah, just hold
But
on. Just hold through just a little bit.
yeah, but you're like, nah, fuck it.
Yeah.
I really don't need this in my life.
Yeah. Yeah. I think that was the beginning of toxic environments, or realizing what toxic environments were. And as soon as something gets toxic, as soon as something turns into negative, I leave.
Yeah.
I had my dream job. I feel like I was in a place where, oh my god, pension, benefits, pay was great, but the environment was toxic. It was and you would think the inmates were toxic. Nah, your coworkers were toxic, and not all of them. Again, I don't. I know there's people that will probably watch this that worked with me in that atmosphere, and like I don't want them to think that it's towards anybody specifically, but it's just there's just bad aura.
Right.
And I worked very, very, very hard to be a very happy person, and you are
Yeah.
not taking that. No amount of money is gonna take that from me.
You have to protect it.
Yeah.
Right? You have it. Oh man, you have to protect it because it takes a long time to get to that place.
Hmm.
It takes a long time to surround yourself around people that have the same mentality.
Yeah.
Because even you could have friends that without you even knowing, they might be toxic,
Hmm.
and
Oh yeah.
it might be friends
Oh
you
yeah.
like, and you like.
Yeah.
I have to separate myself
Yeah.
from you because
Teammates. If you think, listen, nobody gave a fuck in an MMA gym. Nobody gave a fuck about rankings in jiu-jitsu. Nobody cared until the female fighter came back and was the highest ranked motherfucker in that gym.
Whoa.
Then then everybody wants their blue belt and purple belt, and it's like, cool.
I see it.
Yeah.
right.
Yeah, and then I'm trying to teach how to do a move, and then you're trying to talk over me. Like, I have 10 years over you. Chill out.
Right.
Toxic environment, toxic atmosphere, and and you just gotta move on from that. Now, like, shout out to my girls at Champions, Bravo and Valerie, and God, man, it's I've been in this sport for so long, and I've never had a girls team.
Oh,
Like,
for
I've
real?
never had a female coach. I've never had a female teammate. I've never I've had I've had teammates come in here
You
and
had
there.
like acquaintances type of thing, but not
Yeah, like they would come in and train here and there, but they weren't like solid training partners. And V's my solid training partner, and Coach Bravo is my solid coach, and it's a team of girls, and we have our little group chat, and that feels so good. Like, that
Right.
feels amazing. Like, I have my girls, and that
Right.
feels so good. And like,
Because you sort of found your community now, right?
Yeah.
Like you have, and that, man, I know I've said this before on the pod, and people said, but like, it's so important to find that.
yeah, oh yeah, I've seen like Anna Sommers and her team, and all the girls from, I think it was Victory, or I can't remember what their name is, Intercept MMA. They have a really good female squad, and I admire that so much, because they're all very successful because they have that. They have, like a girl can train with guys all they want and stuff, but it's like it's that team, that female bonding, and that females being together, because a female does not fight like a male. It's a very different pace. It's a very different.
Yes.
Me
right.
as a 135 female,
and you
does
would
not
know,
fight. Yeah,
right?
dude. Like, my training partners for the last year was who? Fabian Serrano, Aldrin Nolbren, who's in Hawaii right now. I'm trying to think. All younger males who are really, really good, but they don't fight like a female. Some, like, I've seen it in when I fight. I don't fight how I train. That sometimes it's all gas, no brakes. So like, it's so different, and that's why it's so important to have that family. Yeah, and again, it goes back to that's why teams like that are very successful. And like Scorpion MMA, and I think they're in Michigan. They have female team, and all of them are successful
Right.
because they have that. And I feel like there's teams out there, or there's like people out there that have this animosity towards other people or all other fighters, and you're like, what the fuck is wrong with you? We're just trying to train. I'm just trying to get some work in. Damn.
Right.
So yeah, I had, oh my God, in this sport I've had so many like hate towards me, and I don't know why.
Yeah.
I don't know it. Like for as long as I can remember, there has been people that like have had it out for me, and I don't know why.
I
I don't
mean,
know. I think now
it's
it's
probably because, I mean, I you're successful.
yeah,
You are very charismatic. You're what some people want to be,
yeah.
and when
Thank you.
people and when people sort of uh, they don't have the 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 je ne sais quoi to like follow whatever the hell they're doing.
hmm
Sometimes they project on people. You know
Yeah,
what I'm saying?
yeah,
And
which is fair, but it's like I don't know. I've grown out of it now, and I think that now the female combat sports world is more like open to friends and stuff. And I have friends that are fighters from like all over the country that are just I follow them, and I'm like, let's go. We're all fans of each other, so it's really nice. It's a great community now. I think growing in the sport back from like 2019, 2020, and
right.
my pre-baby phase era, if I had that team, if I had a group of like people that actually cared about me as a female fighter, it would be different rather than like, hey, play the game.
Mm,
And that's how I was taught. And
right.
that's something that I've never said before, but that's how I was taught. I was taught, hey, look, this is what's going on. This is the messages that I'm getting. And instead of being like, hey, let me protect my female fighter, no, it was play the game and you will be rewarded. Or not like that, but like it was just kind of like, hey, this is a male dominant sport. And sometimes you got to say
You
and
have
do
to be this
things.
way type of thing. Right.
Yeah, like you got to say and do things so that you can get what you want. And that's how I was taught to do. And then eventually, and then eventually it clicked on me. And also, like to my seventh grade fucking teacher that was like, you can't go through life by being pretty. Yes, guess what? If I would have went with that, I would have been better off. But like, I had morals. But yeah, it's been a crazy roller coaster of a world, and I think that things are just finally falling into place, and we'll see what's next. But we have the MMA fight in April, and then I haven't signed the contract yet for there is a homecoming K1 kickboxing.
Oh,
I don't know if you've seen the poster. It's a kickboxing. I think Oscar is the main event.
Mm-hmm.
And then they have a lot of solid kickboxers that are fighting on that card.
I didn't know you did kickboxing too.
I haven't in a long time, but you know what? I've been the most successful in kickboxing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How many have you had like fights or whatever? Just kickboxing.
Just kickboxing. I've had so realistically, sanctioned fights. I'm 1-1 as an amateur.
Oh, okay.
I've had exhibitions, and I am 2-1 in exhibitions. So kickboxing has been very, very good to me. And the opportunity came because I can't remember his name. He used to own a gym. I don't know if he still does here in Chicago, and he's coming back to Chicago, and he like mentioned it to me, and I was like, you know what, like Herc would think it would be really cool for me to do this as a pro. And I was like,
do you feel more comfortable kickboxing than boxing?
Yeah. Oh my God, 1000%. Kickboxing, I can do it all day. Boxing is a different story, but you can clinch too. But yeah, I think it'll be really cool. I have to still get permission because Bare Knuckle's supposed to come sometime in June.
Oh.
And because I'm signed with them, there's rules and things that I have to look into, and we're still waiting to get that approved. to make sure I can do it. I know my opponent, her husband, who's the owner of the gym, is another bare knuckle fighter. Yeah, so that's
Whoa.
really cool. Um, I always get pretty cool, interesting opponents, so I'm excited for that. And yeah, we'll see. My MMA fight is in Arkansas, and there's some shit I can say about that, but like,
What was going on out there?
you know, honestly, you know what? I don't give a fuck. I'm gonna tell you guys right now what the fuck happened, because I know for a fact that this happened because they're trying to feed her.
Mm-hmm.
If you look back at her topology and the opponents, and the fact that her coach is the matchmaker and is the owner of the promotion, and she's only fought for this promotion. Like, come on, you can put two and two together. They also try to feed my friend who I did TCL with. They tried to feed her to her, and then she obviously beat her because she's a solid fighter. She just has tough ass fights. We've both been in combate, and like, you know, those are tough fights because those you're fighting solid strikers that fight like Mexicans.
Right.
Um, so yeah, so I know that the reason I got reached out to, and the reason why they were like, oh hey, you know, on paper, if you see on paper, you're like, this is a good fight for my girl that I'm trying to grow as a fighter. Yeah. But if you watch my fights, if you think about, let me see why, or let me see what happened, then it wouldn't make sense. But I'm getting paid, and I know what I can do, and I know that I am a purple belt, and I'm a solid, you know, grappler, and people forget that. So y'all gonna see April 17th.
And
That's all I'm gonna say.
I
People
mean, yeah,
fucking
because
forget.
MMA is way different, right? Like,
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah. Well, and that's what I'm saying. People forget that I'm not a boxer. I'm not a striker. I went into striking because I sucked at striking. And yeah, people forget that, you know, there's a reason why my last MMA fight I kept, let's go to the ground. Nope. So, and I'm not being, I'm trying to be cocky, but like, yeah.
I mean, you know, you do have the right to say that because you are, you know, you have your belt, like you're really high up there, and
yeah, I mean, I try to be humble. I try to be humble, but I'm very excited. I'm so excited to go back to grappling. I think that's my love and my passion for combat sports, and I just took a break from that. I did have that combat jiu-jitsu fight, which I want to go eventually do again after this whole like stuff. But you know, right now bare knuckle pays, and it's a good promotion. It's putting me on a platform, and eventually when I retire, it's
it
gonna
got
help.
so big, right?
Yeah.
Like,
Shout out to Conor McGregor. But
bro, man, that oh shit, that guy is so fucking entertaining. Like,
yeah.
man, he like the fighters like in the with in the face-offs, he's like right there.
He's like, with his, oh my god, I
He's
love
so fucking
him.
funny, man. He's so dope.
Yeah, I'm a fan of a lot of fighters, but like
He was a good like promoter of his own fights when he was in MMA.
oh yeah,
You know,
how many people copied him for a while, like with his walk and everything.
Even or just like the shit talking, like
Yeah,
he pretty much.
I give props to all those fighters that are, what is it called when they have like they're showmen. I give so many like they tried to do that with me and Brooke for our card. Her manager messaged me, who actually was the manager that got me into bare knuckle. He was like, hey, you know, if you want to talk shit to sell the fight, like we won't take it personal, because Brooke battled with a lot of substance abuse, so she was in jail for a long time.
Oh shit!
I was a corrections officer at the time.
Oh shit!
So they wanted, and they had made a poster saying corrections officer versus inmate, and I'm like, can you guys delete that? I cannot say, like, literally, it's by policy.
Right,
I cannot
my job
have
and
it.
all this, right?
Yeah, I cannot have that on my social media, but like. Yeah, and they try to do that, and I feel like a lot of the time they try to do that for my fights, but I'm like, dude, I don't do that. I go in and I fight and I get out. That's it. I'll pose a little bit, I'll throw my peace signs, but even then, my Coach AJ was like, stop doing that shit. But yeah, there's fighters that like they are so good at selling by talking shit. Cannolis over here throwing cannolis at everybody every day. I don't know if you've seen that. He's hilarious. There's other people, but like that for Knucklemania.
Yeah.
So I got bumped by John Masan Wong because I got offered Pittman. Pittman went with John Masan Wong, because they had fought before. They both are like these only fangirls. Fair enough. Hey, I could have never done what they did to sell the fight. But like that's what they do. They sell the fight and talk shit or, do other stuff. That's showmanship.
Right.
I can't do that. I'll just go in there and throw bombs and fucking.
The last MMA fight, Strickland, he dressed like a ICE agent.
Yes. Oh my God.
That was
like,
fucking nuts.
The
I mean,
rage
he won,
bait.
but still like, oh shit.
Yeah, I like the rage bait that people like do. I could never do that. And I don't even want to try, but like props to that because it's gonna have people hate you, but you're gonna bring views because I want to see you get your ass beat, but now I'm helping
more
you.
People, right.
Because you're getting views on your shit because people are mad and they want to see what's up. So like whether it's good or bad, and then there's people like Max Holloway that people just love him. And he's just funny, and he's such a good fighter that you're gonna follow him. You're gonna, follow up with him. But yeah.
I mean, that's how Floyd Mayweather, like, people used to fucking hate this guy. They wanted to see him lose, and he would just show off.
That's crazy too, though. Like some fighters do nothing wrong. They just win. They're just so good that people start following them and watching them because they want to see them lose. Like I want her, and then like when Ronda Rousey finally lost, how many people were cheering on for that? And it's like, I get it. I do understand that, like, whatever the case, but she was a pioneer for women's MMA, and people still were like, yes, she lost. Look at her, how embarrassing. And it's like,
right.
She still was arguably like
one of the best.
The best female. She brought women's
would fucking
MMA.
Just crush everyone.
Yeah. And then like eventually people will talk shit about you, like Tony Ferguson, one of the best fighters, but then it's like, oh, now he's getting old. Now he needs to hang it up. He's so old. Why is he still fighting? CTE. And it's like, you guys always got some shit to say. You go in there.
Right.
Like, you fucking go in there.
Like Khabib, he would not.
Well, now they probably talk shit about him too, because they're like, oh yeah, because he
just retired.
He stopped when he knew it was gonna get tough. Like, I mean, he's also he's so good.
I'm just saying though, like, let these people fucking reach whatever they're gonna reach, and they want. And you're just you're expecting you're watching this shit.
Yeah.
Why I'm not gonna talk shit about any of these people because I know they could beat my ass and shit. I'm not gonna be like, oh man, he should have been this. Yeah. But like, bro, like each of them have their own accomplishments. But it is crazy that business sometimes will sort of knock down someone because of followers or this and that when the talent is still there.
Yeah.
But again, like,
you just
gotta play this game and shit.
Yeah, I mean, you gotta do that, or you just gotta do what you gotta do. Like, as far as fights, if you're not a showman, at least be a fighter that's gonna. People are gonna remember you.
Right.
People are gonna be like, I don't know, man. Last time, the first time, there's fucking 10 stitches across her forehead, but had the knockdown in the first round, and then I had fight of the night, and then we'll see what happens. But like, yeah, that's what I try to tell people. Like, you just gotta go out there and have fun. My boxing fight, I didn't have fun. I was trying to be technical, and I did not have fun. I was like, fuck this. I am out. And middle of the second round, we're exchanging. And I'm like, fuck this shit. The ref stops it. I walk back to my corners. I look at my coach and I'm like, take these fuckers off. Just take them off. We go back to the locker room and AJ's like, So we're never doing boxing again. And I'm like, no.
Fuck no.
Fuck no.
Well,
God.
I mean, just the fact that you did it though.
Yeah.
That is just like
Yeah.
shit.
I can't cry about it, right? I have to.
You at least look. You put yourself there. You found out where you're at. That's the only way to know, right?
Yeah. Yeah. No.
The only way to know is to put yourself out there and go through it and be in front of and face the music.
Yeah. No. I think I in the moment I thought I did so bad. I was like, damn, this is not for me. And then I look back and I'm like, oh my God, I had never in my career weaved. And I weaved. I cross weaved. And then I did a cross weave. And I was like, that's why we were here. This is why we did this. So I'm okay. I got over it. And
well, now you could take those tools into the MMA fights.
Yeah. I don't know about the weave. I'm not gonna weave. I'm gonna catch a knee to the head. But yeah, I think the grittiness and like the being more technical rather than a brawler is finally, we're putting things together. And I think that every fight I've taken and picked apart what's going on, and I think we're headed in the right direction, and we'll see what happens after this year. So,
hey, well, I just gotta say, man, I so grateful that you came through.
Thank you.
I've been waiting for this for a while. I keep looking at your stories. I'm like, what? And then I see another one. I'm like, whoa, what?
Just bombs.
This fights and this and I'm like, man.
Yeah.
And it's just. I just gotta say, I am so grateful that I could call you a friend, and just the fact that you're willing to sit down with me and
talk shit.
Yeah, talk shit, have a good conversation. Just this whole experience, I love it, and I thank you so much for it. I usually do have a video to show.
It's okay.
There was a little rendering thing. Maybe the people will get to see it. When I released this.
Okay.
But
it's okay.
But I'm so glad that you feel you're enjoying life.
Yeah.
And I'm so glad that you're right now, you're like, I found my community. I feel so good about these new things, because hearing that, it makes me excited about the stuff that's happening with me.
That's good.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
When you see someone like you to your level saying stuff like that, that helps me.
Thank you.
And I appreciate that.
It's what it's all about, having a platform and being able to help others, and it's nice. It's nice to be positive and give back. As somebody who had negative and then was getting negative, and you're like, oh. So it's good. It's a good feeling to be a good person.
No, yeah. And I'm pretty sure the people, that follow you, there are fans because of who you are and like the motivation the inspiration you bring to others, like myself.
Thank you.
And thank you so much. Before every podcast, you already know I do a freestyle. I know you don't freestyle.
No.
But
don't ask me to freestyle. I'll embarrass myself.
I mean, I have guessed it. Like, I'll try it, but I understand. So I'm gonna do this freestyle, and this is how we're gonna end the show. And again, thank you so much. All right. Hopefully it starts soon. Yeah, let me see what the hell. Oh, there you go. Yeah. This beat is actually by one of my boys. Shout out, More Woods.
Hey, More Woods, turn me up.
Yeah. Check it out. Yeah. Check it out. It's time to elevate. Yeah. It's time to elevate. Yeah. She's not a barber, but she'll give you a fade. She get hits for a living, still pretty in the face, hey.
You know what's up, you cannot be placed. Hey, please don't be around me acting fake. That's why you gotta know. That's why you gotta grow. Yeah, yeah. As a fan, we see you. Yeah, yeah. As a fan, people wanna be you because you're getting shit done. Glad that you're happy with your son. Glad that life is happening so good. Hey, what's up? Yeah, yeah, as we could. Thank you for being here. Thank you for being here. Yeah, Marisol Ruelas. What up, fellas? Anyway, thank you so much for being here. I really appreciate you.
That was really good. I like the Yaya that was included in there. That's a newfound fight name.
Yeah,
Mhm.
yeah. I like that too.
Yeah, it just came, so it was really good. I like that.
Again, thank you so much.
Yeah.
You have anything else to say before?
No, I just, I'm very, very grateful for everybody that's been a part of my career. Oh my God, I'm just so grateful for the fan base that I have, and for the opportunities that are coming, and for my coaches and my team and my managers and everybody, and the opportunities that I keep getting.
Yeah.
Can't say no to that.
Nice. Once again, thank you. Thank you guys for tuning in. Please go follow her. Please go get tickets if you're around the area. She's fighting in April. So, hey, y'all, spread love, but most of all, love each other, y'all.